The air crackled, electric with music and laughter. It was infectious, this energy, this pulse of the college fest. Booths buzzed, a kaleidoscope of colors, hawking everything from hand-painted mugs to tie-dye dreams. The scent of popcorn and cotton candy hung heavy, a sugary haze under the late afternoon sun. Everywhere I looked, there was life. Students, faces flushed, darted between game stalls, their excited shouts blending with the music. On the makeshift stage, a band belted out the latest hits, their energy mirroring the crowds. I could feel the bass thrumming in my chest, a steady beat that echoed the chaotic symphony of the fest. I love this organized chaos, this vibrant tapestry of youth and freedom. It's exhilarating, intoxicating, and a tiny bit terrifying. But this year, a different kind of chaos reigned within me. My carefully constructed schedule, my meticulously planned route through the fest, all thrown into disarray. And it was all thanks to Liam. Liam with his charmingly crooked smile and annoying habit of disrupting my perfectly organized life. Okay, maybe not thanks to him. Maybe, just maybe, a tiny part of me enjoyed the chaos he brought. Just a tiny part. I had envisioned this day differently. I pictured myself conquering the gaming stalls, a trail of defeated opponents in my wake, a triumphant grin on my face. I imagined myself finally tasting Mrs. Peterson's legendary apple pie, a prize I'd been eyeing for the past 2 years. Instead, here I was, trailing behind Liam like a lost puppy, as he dragged me from one stall to another, his enthusiasm bordering on manic. He was on a quest to win me a giant, hideous pink teddy bear. Why? Because I'd offhandedly mentioned, in a fit of laughter, that it would clash perfectly with my minimalist dorm room decor. Every time I tried to slip away to salvage what was left of my meticulously planned day, he'd catch my eye. And in that moment, looking into those eyes that seemed to hold the sparkle of 1,000 suns, my resolve would crumble. Maybe, just maybe, a giant pink teddy bear wouldn't be such a tragedy. Almost there, Maya. One more game, and Mr. Snuggles is all yours. He flashed that heart-stopping smile, the one that made my insides do somersaults. I sighed, a mix of exasperation and something warmer, something dangerously close to affection. Fine, I mumbled. But if I have to endure another round of guess the celebrity baby picture, I'm blaming you for my future nightmares. The Ferris wheel. Of course, it had to be the Ferris wheel. Liam, being Liam, had decided that the only way to truly appreciate the majesty of Mr. Snuggles was to see him framed against the backdrop of the entire fest. From the top of the Ferris wheel, naturally. As we soared skyward, the world shrunk beneath us, the cacophony of the fest fading into a gentle hum. Liam, his usual boisterous self, was unusually quiet. He kept stealing glances at me, his eyes holding a depth I'd never noticed before. "Maya," he began, his voice barely a whisper, "there's something I need to tell you." My heart decided to take up residence in my throat, making it impossible to swallow. This wasn't the Liam I knew, the Liam who communicated primarily through exaggerated gestures and terrible jokes. This Liam, this vulnerable, open-hearted Liam, scared me. He took a deep breath, his gaze never leaving mine. "From the moment I first saw you, I felt like I'd been hit by a runaway train. You make me laugh, you challenge me, you make me want to be a better person. Maya, I think I'm in—" He never got to finish his sentence. "Liam, there you are! We've been looking all over for you!" A chorus of voices, loud and unwelcome, shattered the moment. The Ferris wheel lurched to a stop, our private haven invaded by the thundering herd that was Liam's group of friends. I couldn't help but feel a surge of resentment towards them, towards their perfectly timed interruption. They piled into our cabin, their boisterous greetings and excited chatter drowning out the echo of Liam's unfinished confession. He tried to catch my eye to convey something with his gaze, but I kept my face averted. My heart, a confusing mix of relief and disappointment. "Dude, we're about to hit the karaoke booth. You in?" One of his friends, a lanky guy with a perpetual smirk plastered on his face, slung an arm around Liam's shoulders. Liam hesitated, his eyes flickering towards me, before plastering on a smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. "Yeah, sure, let's go." The rest of the ride down was a blur. I could barely register the excited chatter around me, the setting sun painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. All I could think about was Liam's unfinished confession, the way he had looked at me, the way my heart had ached when he'd agreed to join his friends. As soon as the Ferris wheel screeched to a halt, I bolted. I needed air, space, anything to escape the suffocating turmoil brewing within me. Liam called after me, his voice laced with concern, but I kept running, ignoring the concerned looks from passers-by. I didn't stop until I reached the relative quiet of the college gardens, a secluded haven tucked away from the chaos of the fest. Sinking onto a bench, I finally allowed myself to breathe, to process the whirlwind of emotions that had hijacked my carefully structured world. The silence of the gardens was broken only by the distant rhythm of the fest, a constant reminder of the confession hanging in the air. Why did his friends have to interrupt? Why couldn't I have heard him say those 3 little words? Or maybe, a part of me mused, that's exactly why I ran. Maybe I wasn't ready to hear them, wasn't ready to confront the truth of my own feelings. Because somewhere between the frustration and the laughter, between the stolen glances and the shared silences, I had fallen for Liam. Fallen for his goofy humor, his unwavering optimism, his annoyingly charming habit of turning my perfectly planned days upside down. And as I sat there, the weight of his unspoken confession settling over me, I realized something terrifying and exhilarating in equal measure. I couldn't wait to hear him say it.